Well, many people love the idea of having their own children someday and raising a family, but an unplanned pregnancy can potentially throw your world into a bit of a turmoil unless you get someone to come alongside to lend a helping hand. Today's guest is Monica Loewen, Executive Director of the Lethbridge Pregnancy Care Center. Welcome, Monica. It's great to have you here.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
All right. So why don't you start by telling us a little bit about your organization, what it's all about, what kinds of help you provide?
Absolutely. Lethbridge Pregnancy Care Center has been operating in downtown Lethbridge for 6.5 years, so since 2013. And we are there to provide assistance to women and men facing an unplanned pregnancy. Anyone facing an unplanned pregnancy, like you alluded to, that can cause a lot of turmoil. And it's a big decision to have to make. And so we're there to provide a listening ear, to provide encouragement, and to provide information on options available, and then support after the decision is made, whatever that decision is, whether that becomes practical supports or emotional support afterwards.
Right. So can you update us a bit on how your clinic is operating now that we have COVID-19 restrictions in place?
Absolutely. So for the last, 7 weeks now, our door has been locked. So we have just 2 paid staff in the office. Our volunteers are checking on their clients from home, via text, via Zoom. We're still doing new client intakes over Zoom. The phone is starting to ring a lot more. Women are finding themselves unsure about a pregnancy and they're needing to talk. So we are being able to do that via Zoom and video conferencing. Women who need practical support, so diapers, formula, things like that, we're bagging that up and we're able to hang that on the door to ensure good social distancing there as well.
Yeah, isn't that interesting? We're all kind of doing it now, aren't we?
Absolutely.
All right, so I went through a crisis pregnancy myself, so I understand what it feels like, but maybe you can explain, what typically goes through the mind of someone who just found out that they might be pregnant? Is there panic and fear, obviously, fear of being left alone?
Absolutely, and I think actually the emotions would range as far as a spectrum, right? For everyone who finds themselves in that circumstance, it depends on their larger circumstances. For some women, they find themselves in that unplanned pregnancy and there's perhaps shock and surprise, but there's, okay, I can do this, I need a little bit of help. For others, there is absolute panic in that, what's going to happen? Are my parents going to kick me out? Is he going to leave me? How can I do this? So really the range is enormous. And that's the piece where we get to come in and meet her where she's at, and just assure her that however she's feeling is normal and that's okay, and we're going to be here for her.
Right, or him, because you mentioned that you do counseling for men as well. All right. So when an unplanned pregnancy occurs, there can be a stigma, obviously, that comes with that. So your clinic provides a non-judgmental approach. What does that look like exactly?
Absolutely. Many of the clients that we see often, they're judging themselves pretty harshly already, so they surely don't need anybody else. We're there to just answer their questions, and we're there as somebody who's not emotionally invested in her situation. Often when a woman finds herself unexpectedly pregnant, everyone else around her has the answers. So if she has spoken to people, there's people saying, you should do this, you should do this, you should do this, or else she's really scared to tell anyone, and she hasn't been able to speak about it. When we're not invested emotionally in her situation, we're not part of her day-to-day. So we're there to say, we're here for you. Whatever you choose, we're going to support you. We're not living her life. At the end of the day, we go home to our lives. She goes home to hers still pregnant. So we can't make that decision for her. We can't tell her what to do. And we surely can't judge her for what she chooses to do.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really important too, especially when you have individuals coming in looking for counseling, particularly maybe post-abortion counseling and support, which you do as well, right?
We absolutely do. We are finding the longer that we're open that we meet more and more people, right? Everybody responds very differently after an abortion experience. And what we do find that our clients talk about is there's not a lot of space to talk about that. While the topic of abortion is far-flung across our country, there's a lot of attention given to it, and everyone has a really strong opinion, there's not a lot of space given to women to speak about their emotions after an abortion, whether that's relief, whether that is pain, whether that's confusion, whatever that is. Often a woman will keep that to herself, but that is something that needs to be talked about. And so we're happy to do that and journey alongside her as she wrestles through those emotions and how that's impacted her life.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fantastic. Now, what age groups are you typically dealing with? Are the clients on the younger side, or do you get some more mature women coming in for help as well?
Unplanned pregnancy can happen to any woman who's able to conceive. So our youngest client has been 14, our oldest has been 43. Unplanned pregnancy really doesn't discriminate. So I would say our biggest demographic of clients would be between 19 and 24, the post-secondary age within there. But really, the sky's the limit.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I'm guessing that some of your clients decide to keep their child while others choose adoption. And is this something that you help with as well?
Absolutely. So when a woman comes in to talk about her pregnancy options, we'll give her information on all three of her options: parenting, placing for adoption, or terminating a pregnancy. And then whatever she chooses from there, we'll journey with her, whether that is the practical supports needed for parenting, connecting her with an adoption agency and walking that adoption journey with her, or being a safe place to land and to talk after an abortion decision.
That's huge. That is huge. Okay, so once the child is born, what kind of help is the mom usually in need of over the next number of months?
Again, it very much depends on circumstances. For some of our clients, it is very much a financial struggle. So then we're able to help out with baby clothes, with diapers, with formula. For others, they need emotional support. Perhaps they're doing well financially, but they're on their own. I've been a single mom. That is a hard, lonely journey. And so to have somebody to call and say, I'm so tired, or even have somebody to call and say, his first tooth came through, that's a big deal. And so we get to be that support as well.
And I see you even provide teaching for new moms as to what to expect in baby's first year. That's really important.
We do, and what we've found, so that's a 6-week class that we offer a few times a year. One of the biggest benefits comes out of that is community. And so we see the moms who do the class together, sharing phone numbers. They get together for play dates. They have built now a community of other moms, which has been fantastic to see.
Now, are these being done on Zoom these days, which you alluded to earlier?
We haven't done one quite yet, but we're getting into that time frame that it'll be just about time again. So we'll look at doing it on Zoom.
That'd be awesome. So what kind of feedback are you getting from people who come for your help?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's another great thing about having been open as long as we have been now. We've had women come back. I think one of the greatest compliments we get is when our clients return the clothes that they've gotten from us, saying, you've helped us, we want to help you. We had a client actually just last week call and say that she wanted to make a financial gift. She said, I have some money that I want to gift to a charity, and you guys have played such an important role in my life, and I want to be able to gift this to the center. So it is amazing to have our clients refer their friends and their family to say, you have played a huge role in my life. I want you to also help my friends.
That is huge. So you probably get some individuals coming to your clinic to get some birth control items. Is this something that you deal with as well?
It's not actually. We are not a medical clinic at all. So for those looking for birth control, we'll refer them to go back and talk to their doctor or to a pharmacist. We do have some great conversations though, even around the topic of abstinence. Just to be able to say, hey, it is actually a healthy choice. If you're choosing to be sexually active, then you do. You need to be talking to your doctor, but what would it look like in your life to make a choice for abstinence?
Now, I understand that your staff is mainly volunteers. Are you looking for any more volunteers at this time?
We're always looking for volunteers, actually. So yes, we have 4 paid staff currently and about 25 volunteers every week. And our volunteers are the ones who see our clients, who do those options counseling. We also have volunteers who work in our clothing room, sorting donations, all of those things. So yes, that's something we're always looking for.
So all across the gamut.
Yes. Yeah.
There's something for everyone.
Absolutely.
And are you still accepting donations of new or used items during this COVID-19 time? It's kind of hard to donate these days.
It really is. And actually we get a number of calls every day and we are not accepting any new or used clothing right now, but what we are accepting and we are asking for is donations of diapers, formula, wipes, things that are brand new and boxed up that we can wipe down and safely hand to our clients.
Okay, well that's interesting. Now, I believe that your facility is mostly funded by donations as a charitable organization. So how can people support you financially?
We are supported by our donor base, and we have a fantastic donor base here in Southern Alberta. I think we all know how philanthropic and how generous Lethbridge in Southern Alberta is, so we're so pleased to be a part of this community. But yes, COVID-19 has definitely messed with our fundraising this spring. We've had a couple of events that have been canceled. So any financial support that we can receive is very much appreciated. We are looking into some of the subsidies and things that are made available through the federal government. But we are getting ready to kick off an online fundraising campaign on Mother's Day.
Oh,
what
nice.
we typically do is we have a baby bottle campaign where we hand out empty baby bottles to church congregations and they fill them with change. Well, we can't do that this year. So that is going to be entirely online. And so we're hoping that families are able to take part in that and that they'll be able to contribute financially as well as just learn about the center and hopefully learn what we do, but also how then to respond in grace to someone who is experiencing an unplanned pregnancy and just to have those conversations as families then.
Mm-hmm. So online financial donations, you're still accepting that through your website?
Absolutely, through our website.
Okay.
Go to lethbridgepregcenter.com.
Well, Monica, thank you so much for being here again. We just really appreciated you stopping by again.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be able to come back and give you an update and just to be able to share with your viewers what's going on in the center in the midst of COVID.